Juice WRLD's label just dropped his final posthumous album, and people thought something terrible. The whole internet mad about this project right now. One fan wrote this: how does the album they gonna drop after waiting 3 extra years? It's unbelievable that they picked these songs out instead of all the bangers that Juice WRLD made. It ruins his legacy because all of that hype was built just for them to drop the most mid songs. But how did we get here? Where did all the hype for this album start? So, you know, Juice passed away back in 2019, and it was sad for the industry because he was so talented. But what made it all worse was he didn't even get to have a thriving career. And I say this because he dropped, what, 2 big albums before he passed away? Goodbye Good Riddance in 2018 and Death Race for Love in early 2019. And he had crazy songs on here. I mean, these albums had some big ass songs on there. And at the time, people was excited for everything else he had to come. But him passing in 2019 hurt his fans, but this is where the story started. So, a few months after he passed away in summer 2020, they dropped his first posthumous album, Legends Never Die. And this album went crazy. It sold 500K first week, which really goes to show how big he got in the time from his 2019 album and by the end of 2019. Because Death Race for Love sold 165K. And even though the sales was inflated because he died, Legends Never Die still sold 500K. Imagine how much his next album would have sold if he didn't pass away. And at this time, fans was happy. It was his first posthumous album, and it wasn't terrible or being milked how X was after he passed away. But this where people would see problems start. Yeah, the album sold 500K and left a spot on his legacy, but the lies will start here. Before the album came out, Lil Bibby, who was basically in charge of Juice Music and everything he had going on, got on Twitter and said this. Lil Bibby said, "Damn, it seemed like y'all really want more songs on the album, so I'm gonna give y'all what y'all want, cause I know Juice WRLD will probably do the same. I see the list of recommendations of the songs y'all want to, so if it go crazy first week, then I'm gonna give y'all a deluxe." And like I just told y'all, yeah, the album sold 500K first week, so it went crazy like he said. So the fans was thinking, all right, bet we about to get the deluxe album, but no. That never came. And something else I didn't even speak on yet was Juice WRLD album, Outsider. See, this was the project he was working on before he passed away. Remember how X had Skins, the album before he passed? Well, this was what that was. But this was also something that never came. For a long time, people speculated on when or if the album was even gonna come out until the hackers got to do what they do best. They started leaking. They was leaking everything that was supposed to be on Outsiders. And some of the songs that was on Outsiders ended up on Legends Never Die because of that. But that was his own situation. But people was satisfied with the music for him. And that was until July 2021. When the world would see that Juice WRLD YouTube channel posted a video. Lil Bibby was posting about it. Everybody was posting about it. They were saying that Juice WRLD got a new album on the way. The Party Never Ends in 2021. They had a whole teaser on Juice WRLD's YouTube page that's unlisted now. Then on top of that, they even had a pre-save leak. It don't work no more, but it's there. And people was thinking this was something that was about to come out. And during this time, we would see a good bit happening for Juice. Them niggas had dropped the HBO doc on them. They were speaking on new music coming out. It was a lot of talk around Juice WRLD's name. But there was one thing that never came. The Party Never Ends. Remember, they had started teasing this in 2021. And people was thinking it was coming in 2021. But it didn't. The end of 2021, we would get a whole different album that people didn't even expect, Fighting Demons. Now, this ain't come nowhere near as close as to what Legends Never Die had did a year before. This sold about 120K first week and people enjoyed it, but not as much as Legends Never Die. And leading up to this album, Juice had been facing non-stop leaks. It was nearly as bad as some Cardi leaks back during that 2018 to 2019 time. And I mean, the leaks was getting so bad that Juice WRLD's own mom had to come out saying that the leaks was disrespectful. She was like, y'all disrespecting my son, bringing all these leaked songs out. Hip Hop DX wrote this. People are somehow getting their hands on unreleased songs and leaking them to the masses. It may be harmless, but Juice WRLD mama don't like the idea of people releasing her song without authorization. Juice mama spoke with XXL about her son, his legacy, and more. One of the topics that came up was song leaks, and according to his mama, she thinks it's a little disrespectful to release Juice WRLD songs in that matter. She said, I understand they love them, they love his music, but it's a proper way to do it. Let us give you our best. Leaked music ain't really cleaned up. It's leaked. It's not finished. So it's a lot of work that need to go into it. It's a bit disrespectful to him to leak his music like that. But I know that monster is there and it's not going anywhere. We could just do our best part to put out good music. And Juice WRLD music getting leaked wasn't no surprise. And I say this because when he first passed away, the world found out this nigga had over 2,000 songs in the tuck. And these leaks will have a big part to play in what happened over the next few years of his music. See, just a few months after Juice WRLD mama came out saying how disrespectful the leaks were, Lil Bibby, the person in charge of Grade A, the label that Juice was under, came out mad saying that he might pull the plug on Party Never Ends because y'all niggas getting too crazy with this music leaking. He was like, y'all need to cut back on that or y'all won't be getting no more Juice WRLD music. Even him and Ack had some DMs with each other about the conversation. Bibby responded to Ack and said, the leak's getting out of hand. I hope all the fans are happy. The Party Never Ends might get canceled if everything leaked. And around this time, the hate for Lil Bibby will be at an all-time peak because he just said that he might pull the plug on Juice WRLD music, and so niggas was mad. People was really attacking him, and after he threatened to stop the album, he even came out responding to all the hate. Hip Hop DX wrote this. Bibby caught all the smoke from fans who were upset with him for even thinking about canceling the album, and the music executive had a message for everyone who was in their feelings. According to Lil Bibby, people need to stop talking down on him. You supposed to say I love Bibby, man. Stop saying F Bibby. But 2022 would be a real interesting year, but not in a good way. This would be when we would see the start of somebody's downfall, somebody real important to Juice WRLD's life. Ali Lottie, his girlfriend, he had her name tatted on him and everything, and this where it all started to go downhill. She was going to war against Grade A, the label.
It's always been about money. Literally sit on his lap every day and be like, don't go record. They don't need us. They don't need you anymore. You made so many songs that we're a liability being here. They didn't think I was going to make it through this year. There's been plenty of times literally tried their hardest to make sure I wasn't going to be here. And I pushed and kept going. Well, first I'm going to take it to...
And so in that clip, it seems like the label was going against Juice WRLD wishes and that she was going to take him to court about it, but that ain't never happened. But something else did happen before the end of 2022. And before I keep speaking on that, let me ask you about something. Your internet security. Are you protected when you get online and browse the internet, or do you just be raw dogging it? And I'm saying this because of today's sponsor, Private Internet Access, aka PIA VPN, a VPN service that's here for you. But what's a VPN? It's a service that protects your data and basically what you're doing on the internet from hackers and stops your ISP from being able to look at what you're doing or really anybody or anything that want to steal your personal data. PIA VPN is here to protect you, but they not just here to protect you. This VPN can really affect your everyday life. One of the most useful everyday features is when it comes to watching TV and having that VPN on. Watching Netflix without PIA on is like eating fries with no salt. What you want to watch is there, but you missing out on so much more because once you turn on that VPN, it shows and movies that aren't even available to watch in the United States, but you can turn this VPN on in the right country and it's right there for you to watch on Netflix. PIA VPN has many other features and it's available for all platforms, and it allows you to use it on an unlimited amount of devices. So you can have it on your PC, then turn around, head out, put it on your laptop. So you always chilling, you always protect. A very useful tool in my opinion. And with that being said, head over to https://PIAVPN.com/GetLikePrincee with 2 E's to get you an 83% discount on private internet access. And that's just $2.03 a month. But not only that, using my link, you get 4 months completely free. To me, that sounds like a deal. And so in that clip, it seems like the label was going against Juice WRLD wishes and that she was going to take him to court about it, but that ain't never happened. But something else did happen before the end of 2022. Juice WRLD's cousin came and called out his label and Ali Lottie for controlling and manipulating him before he passed. Mills, who runs the Instagram account for the Abyss brand, posted a series of messages on Tuesday accusing Juice partner Ali Lottie and label of driving a wedge between Chicago rapper and his close friends while exploiting him for musical success with little concern for his well-being. Mills ain't specifically say which label he was talking about, but Juice was signed to Lil Bibby's Grade A Productions imprint along with Interscope Records, who signed him to a $3 million deal in 2017. He said one of the last things I told Juice while he was alive was to take care of his loved ones, his homies, his family, and watch out for that bitch. He got so mad at me for telling him the truth because I had seen everyone's true colors. I left because I couldn't take the unhealthiness and how they was moving and how she was controlling him. Mills said he removed himself from the toxic situation after his grandma got diagnosed with cancer, but he was continued to be portrayed as a hanger-on by Ali Lottie. He said the nerve she had calling us bad boys and maids to me and Beezy and Ty was sick. I woke up one day and she was calling a 19-year-old dad. Crazy how karma comes back around. She lost her main income and an extraordinary human being who was sent here to heal millions. And you crippled this man by keeping away from his only peoples that brought him energy. And you, along with the label, manipulated that man until it literally drove him crazy. Sometimes I wouldn't even leave my room because of all the toxicity, extortion, stress, etc. So let that man rest because he done a lot for everybody he encountered. Rest in peace, Juice WRLD. So Juice's cousin, Chris Mills, was feeling like everybody around Juice was real manipulative and just messing his mind up. But not only that, people was already feeling some type of way about the man's girlfriend because she was even with Juice to begin with. And I say this because she had a history of leaking with all type of rappers over the years. There's tweets going back to 2017 to her saying she would Offset, she would this nigga, and there's videos of the bitch with Smoke Perp. So she had a lot going on before Juice WRLD and after, because fast forward a few years after Juice WRLD passed away, she was in some hot water herself. Around 2023, she had a new man, and this new man was getting into some trouble. Right around the start of 2023, she ended up getting locked up right with him. TMZ wrote this: Juice WRLD's ex-girlfriend won't be spending any time behind bars if she stays out of trouble for 6 months. Thanks to the plea deal she just got struck in for her cocaine possession and shoplifting case. According to documents obtained by TMZ, Allie was accused of felony possession of meth, cocaine, or heroin, and that charge was dropped along with the misdemeanor theft of property. Allie ended up pleading guilty to the misdemeanor possession of instruments of crime and got 1 year suspended sentence and 6 months probation. If she keeps her nose clean during that period, the case will be dismissed. Her boyfriend, Carter Jameson, who was also arrested for property thief, pled no contest to that charge and got the same sentence as Allie. Each paid $1,100 in fine. I mean, this do sound crazy. You getting accused of having some meth, coke, or heroin on you? Like, you tripping. But the way this situation even started was with her and her new boyfriend. They was at Walmart and everything was good until they was getting ready to walk out the door. They walking out the door, get their receipts checked, and they're like, all right, cool, we chilling. And that was until they really tried to go outside. That's when the security guard came up to him and didn't let him leave. He accused him of stealing. Cops pulled up. They searched the whip. They found everything. And the situation was so bad that Allie lawyer was on Instagram speaking on the situation. After shopping for household items, my clients checked out at the self-checkout area and they believed that all items were scanned and were paid for accordingly. As they were leaving, a Walmart employee checked the receipt and confirmed it. As they headed to the door, they were stopped by a security guard who insinuated that they did not pay for an item in full in their cart. It was stated multiple times if any of the items didn't scan that, they would be happy to pay for them. My clients would never take something intentionally, and it seems like a misunderstanding. Subsequent to the arrest for petite thief, a search revealed narcotics. I and my co-counsel have been hired to address this for a quick and fair resolution to the outstanding legal matters. And okay, that was a little bad situation for her. It was a misunderstanding. Maybe she did steal something, maybe she didn't, but the drugs got found, and that was the end of the story. And over the next year, we would see things get a lot worse for her and the Juice WRLD brand, really. See, during this time, Allie had started the OF, which is one thing, but she ended up crossing the line that should have never been crossed. She was online saying she was finna sell videos of her and Juice on OF. And when the whole internet heard this, they was snapping on her. And it was like she didn't even care. She got on OF straight trolling. She posted a caption that said this: F my famous ex, hackers are trying to threaten me to leak my old SEX tape with my ex-fiance, Juice WRLD. I don't care anymore, I'll leak it myself. It's been a long time since I've been F-rough with some black BBC. Like, what are you talking about? There is no way she really posted this, but it's real. It's on there. You can go online, you can find the pictures of it. But she said, I'm so mad, I'm adding every nude I ever sent to him. I know you would at least enjoy it. Can't believe I'm actually sending this, but I can't be threatened anymore. And this went viral everywhere. Everybody was mad at Allie, telling her to let Juice WRLD rest. And this was just some crazy shit. I mean, selling your dead ex SEX tapes on your OF for some money is crazy, and I doubt she even made any real money off of this. This was probably just a waste of time. But this was just one of the many times she disrespected Juice and his legacy. But 2024 ain't slow down for Juice WRLD name, even though he had been dead for years at this point. Remember that whole album that started getting teased back in 2021, The Party Never Ends? Well, this is where it come back around. They finally started this album rollout properly, and at the very start of it all, it was already getting some problems. See, this rollout started and they dropped a few singles for Juice WRLD as a little EP pack, and that got a little bit of controversy because the album cover was some garbage. Look at it, it was trash, and people was mad about it. So it got a little bit of backlash, but it died down. But this is where the problems will really start. See, leading up to this album, like I've been saying the whole video, people's already mad at Lil Baby and Juice WRLD's actual manager, Pete, because of how they've been handling everything up until this release. And when November came around, they announced that Juice WRLD's final album was finally coming out. After years of being teased, they announced it and said it was coming soon. But the announcement had to be one of the worst we had ever seen in rap. And I say this because just off the announcement, people was turned off by the album, including myself. So they announced this album, and just like the EP, the cover was terrible. But this ain't no regular trash. This shit is garbage. This worse than that Pop Smoke cover from back in 2020, if y'all remember what I'm talking about. This was by far one of the worst album covers I had ever seen, and I low-key think it's disrespectful to Juice WRLD to even have this cover. And what makes it all worse is, do y'all know who made this cover? The same nigga that made the graduation cover, Takashi Murakami. People was online deadass wondering if this was a troll or if this was just somebody making fun of his work. And what makes it even worse is when the actual album came out, people was already mad about the cover. But then people was mad about the songs and how some of the songs was sounding, how some of the songs was mixed on there. As soon as it dropped, people was pissed. One fan wrote this on Twitter: well, that Juice WRLD album was a waste for 5 years for some of that BS that was thrown together in 5 minutes and filled with the most popular leaks. F Bibby. The last ever Juice WRLD album the fans will ever stay up for meant to honor his legacy and how diverse his talent was. And they infested with trash posthumous features, bad mixing, and depressive tracks. The mainstream will never be able to see how good he really was. And just remember what I said, Juice had thousands and thousands of songs, and a lot of them leaked. And some of these leaks were songs that people wanted on the album, but didn't get it. But not only that, but some of the leaks that they did want and got put on the album, people felt like it was mixed bad. People felt like Benny Blanco's production and mixing ruined the song. So it was like everybody on every side of the table was mad about the situation. We had people mad about how the album sounded. We had people mad that their favorite song didn't get put on the album. And we had people mad that Juice WRLD even had another posthumous album come out. Some people was like, it should have stopped at Legends Never Die, should have stopped at his last body of work that he released when he was alive. People just feeling like he getting milked and the quality just been lacking. And it wasn't fans who were just mad about this. People he was actually cool with when he was alive was mad about it. See, DJ Scheme, for example, he had been snapping since his album dropped. And if you don't know who this is somebody who was cool with X when he was alive, and this somebody who was cool with Juice when he was alive. So he's somebody who been around, and he be real open about giving his input on what's going on with Juice WRLD legacy. He tweeted this: Benny was not the man for the job. I'm sorry. How the hell you help put an album together and then post it once? I don't care. Benny shouldn't have touched it. All love to Bibby and the team, always, regardless. And it wasn't even all of his tweets that he posted. A lot of his other tweets where he was talking about the project, where he was heated about the project, got deleted. But these tweets didn't come without no backlash. I don't know if these tweets had something to do with it or not, but him and Ski Mask, another person who was real close to Juice WRLD, ended up getting into it over the past few hours. And him and Ski fell out, and they had been going back and forth on Twitter. DJ Scheme got on Twitter and said, don't ever bring my name up around Ski Mask the Slump Guy ever again. You know how long I held my tongue for? People so shameless and will blame everyone but themselves for their own mistakes. Ski responded, going to social media like a girl about homeboy beef, you hilarious. And who knows how this is really gonna turn out. I hope DJ Scheme and Ski Mask squash the beef, but I hope they don't start milking Juice WRLD music more than they already have, and it turns into them releasing albums that was obviously unfinished. But I guess only time will tell. I do hope they start respecting the man, because who knows what Juice WRLD would have became if he was still alive today. And I don't mind the Juice WRLD Day every year, but dropping full albums, they gotta stop. But on the topic of Juice WRLD Day, y'all been seeing what's going on with Dave Blunts. He performed at Juice WRLD Day on an oxygen tank, sitting down on the couch, and the whole internet speaking about it. He even sparked up a beef with Snoop Dogg on stage. If you want to hear more about that story, click the video on screen right now.